Alan Turing was a British mathematician who won a war and changed the world forever. And you can now watch his story unfold in the movie Event of the Season. Let's take a look.
Churchill's put Alan in charge.
This is a terrible idea.
No. So I can give these men orders now?
I hate to say it, but yes.
Excellent. Keith and Charles are both fired.
Excuse me?
What? You're mediocre linguists and positively poor code breakers.
Alan, you can't just fire Keith and Charles.
Well, he just said I could.
No, I did no such thing.
But Churchill did.
Go to hell.
Well, this is inhuman. Even for you.
Popular at school, were you?
Wow. All right. Well, joining us now to discuss the Imitation Game are stars Mark Strong and Alan Leech. Welcome to Arise 360.
It's great to be here.
Yeah. All right.
Gentlemen, everyone is buzzing about this film. There's already Oscar buzz. That must be exciting.
Yeah, it's a great story.
It is a great story, and what's great about any kind of buzz about any movie, especially a real story about a real man, Alan Turing, it's wonderful that people are talking about him because he really is an unsung hero of the Second World War.
Now, I hadn't known much about him, but he was a code breaker during World War II. Did you all know much about him before entering this project?
Not really, no. I mean, it's surprising you grow up in Britain and you ought to know about this man because he shortened the war by a few years. He saved 1 million lives. He cracked an unbreakable code. He should be a hero, you know. He should be, as Benedict, who plays him, said, he should be on banknotes and he should be being studied in school, but he isn't.
Well, what drew each of you to this project, and did the name Benedict Cumberbatch have anything to do with it?
For me, it was the story. As Mark said, you know, I felt actually a little bit embarrassed. I didn't know more about Alan Turing and the incredible effects he's had in all our lives. He was really the forefather of the digital age as well. So the machines that we have today that we communicate with, we owe to Alan Turing. So it was the script by Graham Moore that I read and realised how incredible this man's life is, how tragic it was at the end. It drew me to it because I really wanted to be part of this story and telling this story.
Now, he was chemically castrated for being gay, and that's how his life ended. But this film more so celebrates his life. That's correct, right?
Yeah, it really is a tribute to being. It's a tribute to being different and a celebration of his life and his work.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit more about each of your characters?
I play a character called Stuart Mingies, who's the head of MI6, the Secret Service in the UK. He was a special operations executive in the war. And he was responsible for setting up the Secret Service, basically. And he's the guy that brings everybody together in Bletchley Park, which is where the code was cracked, and kind of pulls all the strings behind the scenes.
And your character is his confidant.
Yeah, I play John Cairncross, who was a linguist and mathematician in Bletchley Park and was part of the team that Mark's character brought together. And he becomes a confidant to Alan Turing. And in that, he discovers a secret about Alan, and my character, John Cairncross, has a secret himself. And it's about the power of secrets and the power of secrets over each other.
There's a lot of secrets going on in this movie, I tell you.
Yeah.
Now, Mark, you're used to playing a villain also. You know, we've seen you in other things like the Green Lantern and different things where you're playing the bad guy. What is it like to play the good guy, and which one do you prefer?
You see, villains are great to play, I have to say. I mean, I know American culture really is about celebrating the hero, really, but we grow up with Macbeth, Richard III. We grow up with kind of villains as our heroes, if you like. So we're not particularly afraid of playing them. And I kind of like conflicted characters, and that's what they obviously are. But if you can make them understood rather than liked, I think you know, they're great fun. Also, they get the best lines and the best clothes.
Yeah, that's true. That's so true.
Can we talk Tudors in Rome, two of my favorite shows?
Oh, yeah.
I love those shows, Showtime and HBO. What was it like to work on two amazing projects like that?
It was incredible. Doing Rome, I got to live in Rome for a year working in the famous Cinecittà studios. It was a real baptism of fire. It was one of my very first jobs, so I had to learn on my feet. That was amazing. And then
you started at the top.
Well,
on a $100 million television project.
Yeah, with a lot of nudity. So as a young man, that was quite interesting to walk into that.
You were keeping fit.
Yeah, exactly. And then The Tudors was amazing, playing that character, Francis Derham, who had an affair with the Queen and then was hung, drawn and quartered, was both a fascinating experience as as an actor because you're playing a real life person, and also doing those scenes where he gets hung, drawn, and quartered were very, very harrowing.
Yeah.
And
And
don't forget
Downton Abbey, of course.
yeah, you can't
There's
forget
less
that.
hung, drawn, and quartering in that.
Yeah. But there's some nudity as well.
What episodes have you seen?
It's a bit fun. So the small screen has been so good to you. Which do you prefer, the small or big screen now?
You know, it's really interesting. Nowadays, their process is so close. I think making high-end TV
true.
and making movies is very, very similar. So I just enjoy them both. And as long as the stories are good, I really don't mind what medium it's in.
It's
Yeah.
great to just be working
Exactly.
on
That's true.
amazing projects,
Yeah.
right?
Like
That's what my agent always says.
Yeah, well, the Imitation Game, like she said, is an amazing project. What do you hope viewers will take away? Because there's a lot of underlining messages in this film.
Just, you know, a great story, finding a little bit out about somebody they knew nothing about. All great stories have intrigue, betrayal, trust, danger. This kind of involves all of that. And what really is the icing on the cake is that it's a true story. And some of the things in it that are the most ridiculously unbelievable bits, such as a double agent being placed within Bletchley Park, or you know, Turing actually writing a letter to Churchill and finding himself in charge of these guys. All the stuff that you would think, that's not real, is it? It all is. It's all a true story.
So are you ready for Oscar campaign season?
Can you ever be ready for
Right. Are there any jitters? Do you guys believe it that it has an opportunity to go there?
I think it's a wonderful story, and if people would speak about it in that way, it'd be wonderful.
Yeah.
And I think Benedict's performance in the lead role is absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, it really is.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, we'll be seeing more of you, gentlemen, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And the movie hits theaters the day after Thanksgiving, right?
That's right,
All
yeah.
right.
yeah.
Thank you both so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Congratulations. And we'll be right back with more Rise Entertainment 360.